Hi everyone, welcome to this session. In this session I'm taking how to balance redox reaction by oxidation number method. As we know, we got two methods in balancing redox reaction. First one is oxidation number method and second one is half reaction method. So in this video I'm explaining first method by taking two redox reactions, one in acidic medium and other in basic medium. So let us start with the first reaction. Okay, we need to balance this reaction given here by using oxidation number method. So the steps involved here, as you can see, the reaction given, it's between dichromate ion and sulfite ion to form chromium ion Cr3 plus and SO4 minus 2, that's sulfate ion, right? So we can take the conversion right now. Dichromate is changing to chromium ion Cr3 plus and sulfite is changing to sulfate. Okay, and one more thing given here, this reaction is carried out in acidic medium. Okay, this is also very important in balancing, right? Okay, we can go for the steps involved here. So the first step is we need to write the skeletal equation. Right, so you can take skeletal equation here. First one, you can start with Cr2O7 minus 2 dichromate ion plus SO3 minus 2 gives Cr3 plus and SO4 minus 2. Okay, the next step is, as you can see, the name indicates, right, it's oxidation number method. So first, after writing skeletal equation, we need to mention the oxidation numbers of the atoms which are involved in change in oxidation number, right? So we can take what? In the case of dichromate ion, you know, chromium oxidation number is changing, right? We can take here also we got chromium, but it's in different oxidation number. So we need to mention oxidation numbers for all the atoms, okay? So what you can take now? First we need to write for chromium. So you can easily find the oxidation number. So how to take that now? You can take oxidation number for chromium as shown here. So chromium, we got 2 right here, 2 atoms are present. So 2x minus 14. So we got oxide totally 7 and each oxide is having minus 2 charge. So 7 into minus 2 will get minus 14 equal to the total charge on this species. It is minus 2. So that's equated to minus 2. And if you simplify, you'll get answer is plus 6. So chromium will be having plus 6 oxidation number in dichromate ion. Similarly, we can find for sulfur here in sulfite ion. So I can take what? Sulfur, we don't know, right? We are finding. So I taken as x minus 6. Okay, how will get this 6? You know, we got 3 oxides present here and each oxide is having minus 2 charge. So we'll get what? Minus 3 into minus 2, it is minus 6 equal to total charge on this is minus 2. So I taken minus 2 here. Okay, if you simplify, you will get x is equal to plus 4. So the oxidation number for sulfur in sulfite ion is plus 4. What it forms now? We are having two products. One is directly the ion Cr3 plus, so you can write the oxidation number as 3 plus. And the second species obtained is sulfate ion. So if we take sulfate ion, we can find again similarly right here the same method. Sulfur I taken as x minus oxide minus 2. We got totally 4 oxygen atoms. So it should be minus 2 into 4 minus 8 equal to minus 2. That's the charge on the sulfate ion, right? Okay, if we simplify, we'll get x is equal to plus 6. So I have taken here as plus 6. Right, so after writing skeletal equation, we need to write the oxidation numbers of atoms. Right, now just carefully observe the oxidation numbers changing right here. So you can see first one plus 6 is changing to plus 3. Okay, here also you got chromium, right? So chromium oxidation number changing from plus 6 to plus 3 and sulfur oxidation number changing from plus 4 to plus 6. So the next step is we need to separate or identify the oxidation step and reduction step. Means which one is getting oxidized and which one is getting reduced. we already know the meaning of oxidation and reduction, right? In terms of oxidation number. In the case of oxidation, there is increase in oxidation number, right? Whereas in the case of reduction, there is decrease in the oxidation number. So you can see here clearly now, plus 6 changes to plus 3. So there is a decrease in oxidation number. So we should call this as reduction step. So I have taken here, you can see this reduction, nothing but chromium, or can take dichromate ion to chromium. This step is reduction step, okay? And just see the sulfide now. The sulfide ion changes to sulfate ion, and the change in oxidation number for sulfur is plus 4 to plus 6. So there is increase in oxidation number, and increase in oxidation number we can call it as oxidation. So you can take here SO, or can take oxidation, nothing but sulfide changes to sulfate. Right, now after identifying oxidation and reduction, we need to mention number of electrons also, or we need to make number of electrons equal in both the steps, oxidation as well as reduction. Now just check how many electrons involved here. Okay, the first one, dichromate to chromium ion. You know, we got change in oxidation number, plus 6 changes to plus 3. So it means what? It looked like only 3 electrons involved here, right? But if you see, dichromate is actually having 2 chromium atoms, right? And here is mentioned only 1. So to get exact number of electrons, what to be taken there? So it's actually 2 chromium, right? So if we take total number of electrons, it should be equal to, for 1 chromium there is 3 electrons, right? And for 2 chromium we'll be having 6 electrons. So I mentioned here 6 electrons, right? In a reduction we can take in other words also, like gain of electrons. So chromium, each chromium gains 3 electrons, but we got 2 chromium here, so it's gaining total number of electrons 6. Okay, so in one step you got 6 electrons. Now see the next step. We got next step is what? Sulfide to sulfate. And if you see this step, we got S from plus 4 oxidation number changes to plus 6 oxidation number. So we got number of electrons involved in this process or change is only 2 electrons. As you know, it is oxidation, right? There's nothing but loss of electrons. So in one step we got 6 electrons in reduction step, and in oxidation step we got 2 electrons. So what's the next step says there? We need to make the number of electrons equal. So how to make it equal now? As you can see, we got 2 electrons and here we got 6 electrons. So we need to make it equal, means oxidation step should be multiplied by 3, so that we can make number of electrons in both the cases equal to 6. Okay, after multiplying by 3, what we get? You can see here, I multiply by 3 right here. So this 3, and you got even here also. So only the oxidation step should be multiplied by 3. And to make chromium equal on both sides, so I have taken what here? 2Cr3 plus. Okay, now this equation, what is written here, is balanced in terms of number of electrons. Okay, now we can go for the next step. Next step is regarding ionic charge. So once it is balanced in terms of electrons, we need to go for balancing ionic charges. Okay, so we can take collectively reactants and products. So now just check how what's the total charge or ionic charge in the reactant side and in the product side. Okay, how to take that now? You know, dichromate, we got charges -2. So you can see here, we're taking -2. Then we got -2 on the sulfide also, right? Sulfide ion. And we got totally 3 sulfide ions here. So what's the total charge now? Each sulfide is having -2. And we got 3 sulfide ions, so it means it should be -6. So if we solve it, we'll get answer is -8. So the total ionic charge in the reactant side equal to -8. Now just check on the product side here. So you can see first we got +3 on chromium and we got 2 chromium, so it means it should be +6. And sulfate, each having -2, and we got 3, right, sulfate ions. So the total charge because of sulfate ion will be -6. So if we solve it, we'll get answer is 0. So you can see now on the reactant side and product side, the charge is what? On the reactant side we got -8, and on the product side we got 0, and we need to make it equal now. How it can be done? We can add protons or we can add hydroxide ions depending on in which medium the reaction is carried out. So it's already given in the question, it is carried out in acidic medium, so we need to add only protons. H plus should be added, okay? And to which side we need to add now? So that we need to make it equal. Because it is -8 in the reactant side, we need to add 8H plus in the reactant side, okay? So that we can make again here also 0 ionic charge. After adding 8H plus, just see the reaction now. Okay, Cr2O7 -2 plus 3SO3 -2, then added 8H plus, it gives 2Cr3 plus and 3SO4 -2, right? So now we added proton. It means this equation is balanced in terms of ionic charges. Now we need to go for balancing hydrogen and oxygen atoms. That's the last step here. So balancing hydrogen atoms, or you can take even oxygen also. Okay, so we added H plus in the reactant side, you can see here, and to balance the hydrogen atoms we need to add water on the opposite side, right? So we added H plus in the reactant side, you can add water in the product side. So you can see the last reaction given here, Cr2O7 -2 plus 3 sulfite ions plus 8H plus. Okay, you can see for 8H plus what we need to take now. You can take 4H2O, right? And if you see the reaction, it will be balanced in terms of electrons, charges, as well as you can take all atoms, right? We can take the chromium balanced, oxygen, sulfur and hydrogen, okay? All atoms are balanced. So in this way we take balancing redox reaction by oxidation number method. So let me take in brief, okay, what we have done. First step is we have taken skeletal equation, then we wrote oxidation numbers. Then after writing oxidation numbers, we need to identify the reactions, right? Which one is oxidation and which one is reduction. And once you done that, we need to balance, right, number of electrons. You can see here number of electrons we balanced, and once you balance the number of electrons, the next one is ionic charges. Okay, we need to make it equal on both the sides, and once ionic charges balanced, we can take what? Balancing with the help of H plus, or you can take OH minus, and at last we need to balance hydrogen and oxygen, right? So in this way we take balancing. Let us take one more example in basic medium now. Right, the reaction is between MnO4 minus permanganate ion and bromide ion. Okay, and the medium mentioned is basic medium. What it forms there, we'll get manganese dioxide and bromate ion, BrO3 minus. Right, this is the equation given, and the medium given is basic. Let us take now, right, steps you already taken, right? First one, skeletal equation. You can see here MnO4 minus plus Br minus gives MnO2 plus BrO3 minus. Okay, mention the oxidation numbers now. For manganese, you know the oxidation number you can find by using this. We don't know for manganese, right? So I taken it as X minus oxide, we got totally 4. So 4 into -2, it is -8, equal to total charge on this is -1, so equate it to -1, and if you simplify you will get oxidation number as +7. So the oxidation number for manganese is +7. For bromide, it's a simple ion, you can directly write it as -1. Then for MnO2, manganese dioxide, you can see this X for manganese, sorry, that's for bromate ion. We can take manganese as X minus, for oxide, you know, we got 2 oxide ions, right? So 2 into minus 2 is minus 4 equal to 0. Then if you simplify, x you'll get it as plus 4. So the oxidation number is plus 4. Next one, for bromate, we got oxidation number for bromine is plus 5. You can see here this one, x for bromine minus we got 3 oxides here. Each oxide is having minus 2, so it will be x minus 6 equal to minus 1. This is the total charge on the ion. Okay, if you simplify, you'll get answer is plus 5. Okay, that's oxidation numbers. Now once you get oxidation numbers, you know the next step now. We need to identify the reactions, right? So you can see first one, permanganate ion changes to manganese dioxide. So what's the change in oxidation number here? Plus 7 changes to plus 4. So we got electrons. We can identify, right? Is there a loss of electron or gain of electron, right? So it's going to gain electron, right? Particularly 3 electrons. And gain of electrons, we can take it as reduction, or even you can take like increase in oxidation number or decrease in oxidation number also, right? Okay, so plus 7 changes to plus 4. There's a decrease in oxidation number, so we can take it as a reduction, and the number of electrons involved here is 3. Let us take the next one, bromide to bromate. You know, oxidation number changes from minus 1 to plus 5, and if you take minus 1 to plus 5, there is increase in oxidation number, and increase in oxidation number we can call it by oxidation. And you can see the number of electrons, right? So minus 1 to we got plus 5, so it means number of electrons involved here 6. Okay, right, so we got a reduction step and oxidation step. Now just see the number of electrons transferred here. In reduction step we got 3 electrons, and in oxidation step we got 6 electrons. Okay, what the rule says now? The next rule, we need to make number of electrons equal. So how it can be done now? It's very simple, right? 6 electrons we got, and here 3 electrons, so we need to multiply by this by 2, right? So reduction step should be multiplied by 2, so that we make number of electrons equal in both oxidation as well as reduction step. Okay, after multiplying by 2, what we get? You can see here this 2, right? Multiplying 2 to the reduction step. Okay, so the equation becomes 2MnO4 minus plus Br minus gives 2MnO2 plus BrO3 minus. Okay, the next step is what? Ionic charges. Okay, just see the ionic charge now. In the reactant side, MnO4, this is having minus 1 charge. We got 2, right, as such ions, so it should be minus 2. Then 1 bromide minus 1 equal to minus 3. So the charge, ionic charge in the reactant side is minus 3, and the ionic charge in the product side, you know, MnO2 is a neutral, so we got only one ion here. It is bromate ion, and that is having minus 1 charge, so we can take directly as minus 1. So reactant is having minus 3 charge, and product side we got minus 1. So this reaction is carried out in basic medium, right? So we can't add H plus here, we need to add OH minus. Now you know, reactant side is having minus 3, so more negative charge, and product side is having less negative charge, right? And we're adding OH minus, so it means it should be added to the product side. And how many should be added there? We need to add 2 OH minus. So what you get now? Equation 2MnO4 minus plus Br minus gives 2MnO2 plus BrO3 minus and 2 hydroxide ions. Right, the last step is we need to balance number of hydrogen and oxygen on both the sides. So we added OH minus in the product side, so we can add what now? Water in the reactant side. Okay, just to see how many water molecules we need to add, we got 2 OH minus, right, 2 hydrogen atoms. So to make it equal, it is only 1 mole of water should be added. Okay, so this is completely balanced equation. 2MnO4 minus plus Br minus plus H2O, it gives 2MnO2 plus BrO3 minus and 2 OH minus. So you can just at last confirm is this balanced in terms of all other atoms or no. Okay, right. So in this way we take balancing redox reactions by taking the method called oxidation number method. If you like the video, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.